Well, welcome to the first ever episode of Fourth and Wrong. I am Colin, one of your hosts, Michigan State fan, as you can see in the background here. Big Lions fan as well. I'll pass it over to Dallas.
What's going on, guys? My name is Dallas, avid sports fan, your number one trivia guy. So stay tuned for that later into the podcast. Let's bring it over to Marshall.
What's going on? My name's Marshall. Average sports fan, love the Lions, love doing podcasts, love doing YouTube videos. So I'm just here for the journey and to talk some football because we do it outside of the podcast. So why not do a podcast for it? Pass it over to Donnie.
I'm Donnie, normal sports fan, big Pat McAfee guy, the betting genius, avid Lions fan.
Just so we're clear, betting genius is not the case, but
a little bit. It's
we'll,
a 50-50.
we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, so as you can probably tell from the name, this podcast isn't going to be taken extra serious. We're in it for the fun. We hope you're gonna stick with us.
Basically listen to our bullshit and listen to us talk and just basically gonna have to hear some stupid stuff and some stuff you're probably gonna rage in the comments about, but that's that's every person ever. So you're just gonna have to follow along and be along with our stupidity.
With the weekly hot takes, we're gonna get flamed constantly, but it's fine.
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
Y'all got any hot takes?
Oh, definitely. 100%.
All right, let's start off with hot takes then.
After week one of the preseason, we already got this, mate. Well, yeah, I got hot takes. 100.
Okay. Sure. I've had a take that I keep saying over and over again, and this is very hot. And I've told Dallas, I've told actually probably everybody that I've talked to about betting, but I put I think either $250 or $5 on. This is a long shot, very long shot, but I've been seeing clips of this man. I got Calvin Ridley winning the comeback player of the year this year. I know every odd in the world is stacked on Damar Hamlin to win comeback player of the year. And even after you get Damar Hamlin, you got guys like Stafford, Cooper Kupp. You've got so many guys that actually got injured last year. So many people could win it. But I don't know what, but I think the Jags are going to be something special this year. I'm a huge Trevor Lawrence guy. I've got bets on Trevor Lawrence to win MVP, actually. I'm a huge Trevor Lawrence guy. I'm a Jags guy. I think the Jags are a good team. I think they've got a good, I liked, I can't think of his name, but the old Eagles coach,
Peterson.
Yep, thank you. And I like him, and they have a good defense and they have a good offense. I'm a huge Trevor Lawrence guy. So I don't know if anyone saw, but those clips of Calvin Ridley in practice, he is moving different, and he looks like he doesn't have ACLs. They just don't exist. So I know it's a hot take, but I think if Calvin Ridley goes for 1,500 yards and Damar Hamlin barely touches the field, we might have a shot there. It's a hot take, but that's, I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying that's one take that I'm willing to jump on so you guys don't have to.
No, I definitely, I see the argument there for sure. And I think you're right. I think literally all of the odds are on Damar Hamlin. Like if he just takes a snap this year, then he's got it on lock basically. But I think you're right. I think Kevin Ridley's got a shot, definitely a dark horse. For sure.
Especially if he bets on himself. I don't think there's any stopping that man.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel. I think he should kind of be not really qualify for comeback player of the year. Just because if Deshaun goes crazy this year, is he gonna win it? It's he kind of did it himself. It's not like he tore his ACL and missed the year, or he got sick or almost died like Damar Hamlin. It's he kind of did it all himself. So I don't really know if that fits the parameters of what they're looking for.
I also feel like the NFL is just gonna want the publicity and just the name. They've started to milk this Damar Hamlin thing a little bit, kind of, and I kind of feel like we talked about. I feel bad for Damar Hamlin. That man only is known as the guy that died on the field. That man is never going to be looked at as just a safety, no matter what he does. If he turns out to be an all-pro or something, kudos to him. But everyone's just going to look at him and man, it's crazy that he went from dying on the field to becoming an all-pro. It's okay, let's just let that go. He's never going to live past that, and honestly, kind of sucks.
Yeah, for sure. Donnie, you're full of hot takes. I want to hear your hottest take.
I don't really have one. It's week one of the preseason. I think
don't
Russ
have
is
any?
ass. I think Russ is asking if he's going to get cut at the end of the year, but that's about it.
You think what?
Russell Wilson
Is gonna get cut.
Cut from
the end of the year. At the end, I can't remember exactly what the numbers is. If he was to get cut like right now, it's $110 million dead cap, like immediately. So it's literally like not possible. Means the salary cap is like 150 or 160, something like that. But if he was to get cut like post June 1st of this offseason, it's like 85 million. And I think he's gonna play so bad that they're just gonna say, like, yeah, we'll do that.
Do you think he's going to get a pass for it being year one of Sean Payton?
I don't think so. I think Sean Payton
Payton's
made
going to move
everybody
on
look
super
good.
quick.
I think Sean Payton
he
made
deserves
everybody
one.
look.
You don't think he deserves a pass?
I don't think he does, especially with Sean Payton. He's been able to make fucking Mariota work, fucking Taysom Hill, Drew Brees. He's been able to make it work with such lesser value quarterbacks than Russell Wilson. And if Russ can't get it done this year, I'm kind of with Donnie. Might as well just cut the guy, cut the cap, move on. You got to build your future, and it ain't with Russ if you can't get it done.
Plus, it's not like Russ is just like making bad decisions. It literally looks like he forgot how to play the game of football. Like he just kind of had, like, even in the first preseason game, he just looks fumbly. Like he just doesn't look like he's an NFL level quarterback anymore.
Real quick,
Right.
what are the odds? What are the odds that poster you have, Donnie, of the Lions player? What are the odds that's Matthew Stafford?
Right there.
Who is it?
That's definitely Stafford.
Yeah, that's definitely Matthew Stafford.
I figured.
At least I don't
Also,
have my John Cena stuff in the background. That's in front of me.
So for those of you that don't know, Donnie here loves Matthew Stafford. Flew out to LA to go to a Rams game after he got traded to the Rams. The day that he got traded to the Rams was the worst day of Donnie's life, period. Donnie's childhood sports hero.
at the start of the future for the Lions fans, I'll tell you that.
It's funny because actually just off from where the For the Brand poster is my Rams championship poster with Matthew Stafford on it. So
yeah.
Hot take, I think Justin Fields and DJ Moore after this year turn themselves into a top 10 duo in the league.
I'm gonna one up
That's spicy.
that Marshall. I'm gonna get hotter than what Marshall just said.
I don't know.
Justin Fields prediction. It's kind of early prediction already. He's gonna have a similar season to Lamar's MVP season. That's my hot take.
I don't think that's crazy, especially with how much he runs the ball.
I think with the offensive line in Chicago, I don't know how easy that's gonna be.
I say it's gonna be less touchdowns, but similar yardage. I'm saying maybe 10 less touchdowns. That still get him 30 plus touchdowns overall.
I think in his the craziest, most unrealistic outcome is the Bears win 6 games and Justin Fields has a good passing season and a good rushing season. Like he gets I don't even know about the rushing.
That's going to be the hardest part for that to like work out. Is like the Bears are going to need to win more than 6 games if Justin Fields wants a chance at MVP.
Looking at Lamar's
win it.
Looking at Lamar's like MVP season stats, I think Justin Fields can hit the 1,200 yards rushing. He can hit the 7 rushing touchdowns. I think he can hit 3,100 yards. I don't think he can hit 36 touchdowns. I think that's a lot of passing touchdowns.
I think that's where he's going to devalue in touchdowns.
In a Bears offense, I don't think he hits 36 touchdowns. I'm seeing him more in the mid to high 20s. 6 interceptions is, I think that's some. I think maybe he gets like 8 or 9, but I mean it's not terrible. Like I think that's pretty close.
The Bears made great moves, I feel, this offseason. They did upgrade the O-line. They got him some weapons. This is his time to shine. And I'm on the bandwagon for sure, but I'm kind of similar the same way I'm at Russ. He's got to prove it now. This is the make it or break it year. I know this is only his 3rd year, and quarterbacks get X amount of years depending on who they are. I feel like this is his make or break year, though.
I'm going to use that hot take, Dallas, to transition us into the way too early yearly awards picks.
I like it. Yep.
So let's talk yearly awards. We already talked about Damar Hamlin versus Calvin Ridley for comeback player of the year, but
Burrow ain't coming
You
back.
know. All right. But
I like
yeah,
DeMar
give me
Hamlin,
some
and
picks, people.
and his story is unbelievable. But like, my thing is he's a decent safety. Like, we'll see how he plays. I just think I don't know. I think he'll be okay. I think he's a solid. Like, he reminds me of maybe like a Will Harris on our team. Like, he's just there. Like, but he's not going to be a full-time starter. But he is a good player. So, but yearly awards, I'm going to kick us off. I think my MVP pick isn't a dark horse pick. I have two MVP picks. I have my favorite. That's like a lot of people are going to say this. And then my like, this is a far-fetched one, but it's not, it's very possible. My favorite is Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is going to win MVP. I think this is the year. I think Joe Burrow goes above and beyond. It seems like there's been a theme with Mahomes' career. It seems like he has his MVP year, and then the next year he like has a game where he's injured or two, has a couple off games, and then the year after that he wins MVP and so on and so forth. So I think Joe Burrow is going to overtake him. And then my dark horse MVP pick is Trevor Lawrence. I already said I like Trevor Lawrence, and I think he thrives in a very lackluster AFC South. The Titans are bad. Texans are bad. The Colts are bad. That whole division is going to be in shambles. He gets to play each of those teams twice a year and gets to throw on both of all those defenses. Trevor Lawrence is going to eat in the AFC South and easily win that division. So I got him winning MVP.
That's bold. That's bold.
It's bold.
Donnie, what about you?
It's going to happen.
Skip me. Somebody else go first.
Oh, come on. All
I
right.
want to be
Dallas,
one later.
Dallas, you go.
I'm kind of right there with Marshall. Joe Burrow's the favorite, but with that early calf injury throughout training camp, I don't know. I'm hoping this man plays week 1. I'm going to the game. This man's got to play for my sake, but I don't know if he'll be able to play week 1, 2, 3. We don't know. We haven't really heard an update. We saw him kind of jogging around the other day during the Bengals preseason game, but we still don't have a concrete answer on a return. So with that being said, my dark horse MVP, this team, he's going to lead his team to lead the NFC, more specifically the NFC East. I'm going Dak Prescott. It is the Cowboys' year to lose in the NFC Championship game, at least. But I feel Dak might be my dark horse MVP.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
We damn boys. That's all
I
I
love
gotta
how
say.
Dallas is getting all these clips of like, look at all these jackass takes like out of the way very, very early in the podcast.
Yeah, he's trying
And
to
he's
give me
just-
good shit to put on like
you know
TikTok
what?
and stuff.
On that note, I think Dak will lead at something, but it is going to be the most interceptions by week 4. And I think Dak is seriously he's gonna outrun the whole competition.
That's fine. He can lead by week 4 with interceptions because that's gonna be the last interception that man throws until week 14. He's gonna finish the year with under 10 interceptions. He's gonna have 40 plus touchdowns MVP season.
He's got to
That's
play. He's got to
crazy.
play the Eagles twice this season. Okay, those are both L's. Both L's. Okay, he plays the Eagles twice. Those are both L's. He plays the Commanders. Those bad, but they have a good They have good DBs, and by good DBs, they have a couple. They have Kendall Fuller, and then they have Cameron Curl. I like those are both good players. And then the Giants they're going to be like a maybe a 7th seed playoff team. It just all depends on Daniel Jones. Honestly, he played decent last year. If Saquon stays healthy, that team is either like here or here. So it doesn't matter. But that team has a decent secondary. So plus they also have to play the Lions later on in the year. And who would want to play Dan Campbell? So there's automatically like 5-ish games in there where Dak is going to at least throw 3 interceptions in the game. Now Dak does skid. The only glimmer of hope I give you is what 3 years ago now was it COVID year where Dak's first 5 games might have been the best first 5 games we've ever seen in NFL history, where that man was on pace to go for like 6,000 yards. Like, so we got that. If we can get that Dak back, then sure. I mean, maybe, but I don't. That's
The problem is you
take.
lost a lot of pieces from that year, and they didn't replace them.
That's fine. I feel the wide receiver core with CeeDee Lamb
I love CeeDee Lamb.
is amazing.
I love
know they
CeeDee
just
Lamb.
got rid of Dalton Schultz.
He's dope.
but I have faith in Dak, man. I just know this man can put on a show, and he's got so much to prove this year. Winning an MVP would prove everybody wrong. It would prove that the contract was worth it, and to prove that he is the best quarterback in the NFC.
I feel like we are overshadowing a couple of things. First of all, new OC there in Dallas. They don't even have. I don't even think they technically have an OC. I'm not a big Kellen Moore guy, but like losing an OC always hurts an offense. And who took over for him? Mike McCarthy, the guy who got ran out of Green Bay. Like, I don't think we're thinking about who's calling the shots on this offense.
That was Rodgers' fault. He shouldn't have got run out of Green Bay.
Yep.
I mean, be that as it may, like I think
Be that as it's may.
Be that as it.
Hey, to cut you off, Donnie. How many MVPs did Aaron Rodgers win with McCarthy?
How many did he deserve? How many of them were during 10-6 and getting beat in the first round seasons? Like
Dak can do that.
Yeah, Dak is the key to that. Dak is good at drawing the 3 seed, going to the playoffs, and getting smacked by the 49ers.
I'm not gonna lie.
Dak's MO. That should not get you MVP.
I might take Daniel Jones MVP over Dak Prescott MVP.
I will say
I honestly like that more. I agree with that.
He did play similar to Jalen Hurts last year. So
if that man can run the football like that and not trip at the goal line this time, that's my MVP.
I will say Dak would have been to an NFC title game if it hadn't been for Aaron Rodgers and that crazy throw. That was insane.
Yeah,
never going to top that. But like, I mean, he's had shots there before, but he's just
let's just go with the
Mm.
easiest take and move on. The easiest take: defensive rookie of the year, Devon Witherspoon. You just set it in stone. It's gonna happen.
Has he even signed his contract yet?
The Lions missed out on the biggest player, the biggest steal in the draft. Boy should have gone 1 for 1. He should have gone 1 of 1, and he should have been the first pick. Who was the first pick?
So you think Bryce Young's also overrated? You also think that?
All right, number 2.
No, you also think that.
He should have been number 2. I totally forgot about Bryce Young.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now Bryce Young was worthy.
Bryce Young 1, Devon Witherspoon 2. So you might as well set it in stone. Bryce Young, offensive rookie of the year, and Devon Witherspoon, defensive rookie of the year. Those are easy. That's easy stuff. You don't.
I think that Jack Campbell is going to be a stud for the Lions this year, and I think he could make a run at defensive rookie of the year. I mean, granted, they were backups for the Giants at that point in the game, but he looked great out there the other night for Detroit.
I like that. I think there's only 2 problems with Jack. I think Jack's going to be a great defensive rookie. I think the 2 problems with that is he's going to be splitting reps with Alex Anzalone. They're both going to play pretty much the same exact spot. And Alex should start until Jack kind of gets it going. And the second thing I would say is most defensive rookie of the years, who have they been the last few years? You get Sauce Gardner, who comes in, he's flashy, locks people down. You got Micah Parsons, comes in, all these highlight plays. I feel like Jack Campbell, even at his best, isn't going to be like a highlight play guy. He's going to be a guy kind of like Bobby Wagner, where it's like, yeah, he's going to get 100 tackles a year, a sack or 2, maybe an interception or 2, but it's not going to be like over the top, like, oh my God, did you see that play? It's just going to be solid play week to week to week.
I don't know. He had some flashes yesterday, or not yesterday, the other night. So as we move through the preseason and they start to play starters a bit more, I'd be interested to see how he does against some other teams' first team O-lines and things like that. Who else do the Lions play this preseason?
They play the Jags this week.
Oh God.
And then I think they play the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Panthers is the final preseason.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll see. But I'm not saying he will win it, but I think he might have a good enough season that he's going to be in talks by the end of the year.
The real question, do you think he's going to have a better season than Aiden Hutchinson did? And Aiden came in second place. Like competition's getting stiffer.
It's kind of hard for like DNs and linebackers to win it now, I feel like, because you got DBs. DBs are the flashier people.
I wouldn't say DNs. I would say like interior linemen and like off the ball linebackers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's edge rushers, an occasional corner, like an occasional DB. It's usually just pass rushers now. So Aiden not winning it was kind of like, I think, a bigger deal just because Sauce had such an outstanding year.
Right, yeah.
Every other year, 9 of the last 10 years, Aiden's going to win.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
Nick
you're right.
Bosa in his rookie year went for 9 sacks, 1 interception. So Aiden Hutchinson got 9.5 and 3 interceptions.
I think he got 7.5 sacks, and he did have like 3 or 4 interceptions.
One of those interceptions was against Aaron Rodgers too. Never forget.
No, yeah, I was right. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden got
MVP Justin Fields. So
Aiden got 9.5 sacks.
Oh, that's more than what I thought.
9.5 and 3 interceptions and 52 tackles. So his rookie year was definitely better than Nick Bosa's, without a doubt.
This is very very, very basic. I think this year is going to go really similar to how last year went. I think all the top teams are going to pretty much stay pretty consistent. I think the one person who's going to be great again, but take an ever so slightly jump is the guy who was second in MVP this year, a guy who should have won it probably if he would have finished out all of his games. Give me Jalen freaking Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going to light up the NFC, and he's just going to be that guy. He's going to take the jump, and it's going to be 1A, 1B, him and Mahomes for best quarterback in the league.
Are we doing hot takes again? What are we doing here?
I think
hot takes from 5 minutes ago, Donnie.
That's a hot take.
I think Patrick's still going to be that guy. I think he's still going to be the 1A to everybody else's, whatever you want to rank him. But Jalen has the skill set to be right there with him. Like, his running ability is uncanny. I've already said this. This might be a hot take. I think Jalen's the best running quarterback in the league. It's kind of close, but I think Jalen is heads and tails above everybody else. Just because he's so consistent with it. It's not on Lamar where it's an open space. Yeah, he's a great runner. Jalen,
I'll give you that, but Lamar's a better passer than Jalen Hurts.
I just don't think
I would agree.
I think
Lamar's deep ball is beautiful.
He does throw a good deep ball.
Lamar's ball in general is amazing. Give me healthy Lamar over healthy Jalen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is the problem. Lamar doesn't stay healthy.
Well,
Jalen has such a fucking physical frame, and he's so strong in his lower body that I think injuries are going to be a thing that he can elude for quite a while. Where Lamar is probably like 200 pounds, maybe 210. Jalen's more like 240. Like, he's got more mass on him, and I think he's just a better runner.
You just call him fat?
No, like, he's lean, dude. Like, he's the same size as like Josh Allen. I know Josh Allen's like 245.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't. When do we ever see the same exact scenario as last year? Like, are we really gonna see Mahomes and Hurts as the two favorites to win MVP?
I think so. Mahomes is gonna be the favorite until he retires. Like, that's just how that's gonna be. And then it's gonna be, who's those guy in that class with him? Like, this year.
I'm telling you, Joe Burrow, man. He's gonna have the way paid for him.
This year, regardless of how I feel about all these guys, the top 4 is gonna be Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Allen.
Hot take.
With a sneaky 5th for Herbert. That's what it's going to be, whether we like them or not. Like, it's going to be what it is.
Hot take alert. Kenny Pickett gets benched by week 7
Yeah, now we're just saying anything, right? Now
I'm dead serious.
I think that's kind of cool.
Who's he going to get benched for?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Ducks in preseason games against the Bucks backups. What are we doing? Now you're just saying dumb stuff.
Mr. Helmet himself, Mason
Rudolph. Yes.
Mason Rudolph. Yeah, the guy who's running.
Well, Mason Rudolph is still on
You just said
team?
that just get me going.
He's still on the Steelers.
That's crazy.
No, but in for realness, I do think Kenny Pickett is going to start off the year very badly, and I think that he will fold under pressure, and I don't think he'll play that good.
You know what? Just because of what you said, I now have to switch my offensive player of the year. Now, it's not going to be Kenny. I'm not going Kenny. It's going to be Najee Harris.
That's even worse.
Yes. You should.
Can Najee rush for 1,000 yards?
Player of the year? Can you win co-offensive player of the year? Because it might just be Kenny and Najee.
I honestly, by week 1, with how good the 49ers defense is, Kenny Pickett might get benched week 1, honestly.
He's not getting benched.
All right.
He stopped. Have you seen
I'm gonna
him
have
in
to step
preseason?
in.
He was lighting up that Tampa defense.
Continue with your awards, Donnie. We're running out of time.
Collins yelling at
Okay,
us.
so I switched my offensive player of the year. I originally had Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I thought I kind of didn't really know who to pick. But no,
I could see
now
that.
it's either gonna be Kenny or Najee. Those are my 2 picks.
I think another
Either
year of
one.
Ben Johnson with Amon-Ra. I could see that.
I think
I
Jameer
think-
Jameer Gibbs under Ben Johnson is gonna freaking fly. Like, I don't think he's on paper. He'll be like an Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey. I think he'll have, I'm calling it right now, he'll have 700 yards rushing and 800 yards passing or receiving, I should say. That's how, and he will have,
Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer Fryer. Like,
Well,
yes,
you just
Jameer.
said more receiving yards and passing yards.
That's
pretty hard for a running back.
The way
That's
that
not named Chris McCaffrey.
the way that Ben Johnson does it, I really think we're just going to see Jameer Gibbs get out there a lot more than like we're used to.
They talked
Yeah,
about
it's
using him
just
at wideout
Like
too.
like Swift at
DeAndre
one
Swift
point.
was a great receiving back, but he didn't ever have more receiving yards and rushing yards. Oh, of course, an entire season, maybe in a specific game, yes.
Either way, I think he'll have about 1,500 all-purpose yards this year, and maybe like a little bit over 10 touchdowns. I really think Jameer Gibbs is going to have a hell of a year. Under Ben Johnson's offense, I don't think he's going to be able to be stopped. The only thing stopping him is injuries or himself.
All right. Well, it is trivia time with Dallas.
Cue the music, Colin. We don't have
I'll
it
work on that
copyrighted
part.
yet. We don't
Yeah,
have it
music.
copyrighted yet.
Adrenaline.
It is trivia time here for the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Now, guys, I kind of went motivated towards recent events for these types of questions with the recent signings of both Ezekiel Elliott.
Best Jimmy John sandwich.
No, calm
Okay.
down. With the new signings of Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook, they're going to be running back based questions, and
Ooh.
we'll go one by one, see if you guys can answer these trivia questions and just up our knowledge on how valuable running backs are in today's league. Starting off with, which 10 players have the most rushing touchdowns since 2018? Any guesses? Go for it. Go for it.
We need to name all 10.
Just the top 10
Saquon.
Are we raising hands? How are we doing?
Most rushing yards since 2010.
since 2018.
Oh,
2018.
2018.
More
You say
recent, more
rushing
recent.
yards or touchdowns?
Touchdowns. If I
Touchdowns,
said
okay,
yards,
okay.
my bad, but it's touchdowns.
Okay, I would like to start if nobody else wants. to start.
Donnie, go ahead with the first guess.
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara, number 6 with 41 touchdowns.
I really thought he'd be like top 3.
Marshall, you got next. Go for it.
Me, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, not in the top 10 for
Wow.
rushing
Could've called that.
touchdowns.
We forgot he's been injured. He's
I
been
mean, yeah,
injured.
he's been injured,
he did
but
spend
he's
a couple
been,
of those years
he's
injured.
been in the league since 2018. I just thought that I figured he at least got enough touchdowns.
I
to be
mean,
on that list.
if what you said, Kamara had 41 or 42, and that gets you
41.
sixth, like we're talking somebody who's been really like all pro level the entire time.
Colin, you're up.
I'm going to say Derrick Henry.
That is a great guess. That's the number one. The biggest gap out of all of these, he has 68 rushing touchdowns since 2018.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go for it, Marshall.
What is number 10's touchdowns?
I will say number 9 and number 10 are tied for 38 touchdowns.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was just curious on what the kind of gap
Since
is.
2018, that feels so low.
If it's back to me, I will go Ezekiel Elliott.
Number 3 with 46 touchdowns there. Donnie.
Wow.
So not a big gap between 3 and 6.
Can
I
I
mean,
get
what, 2 touchdowns, 2 or 3? That's not.
can I get
Handful.
Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
That's a great guess, Marshall. Number 2,
I
48.
thought you were about to say that's a great guess, but he is not on the list.
Number 2, 48 touchdowns in second place. So
Oh
the
my
gap
God.
between 1 and
It was,
2,
it was Nick Chubb. Donnie.
68
Nick
and
Chubb, okay.
48. That's the gap. That's crazy.
Nick Chubb
Yeah,
does not
that's
feel like he
nuts.
gets that many touchdowns. Maybe it's just me. He does not feel like he scores that much. I know he like carries the offense, but that's a lot.
It is.
especially when he's been splitting time with Kareem Hunt.
Okay, so how many have we gotten so far?
We've gotten number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 6.
That's crazy. Give me. Is this no? Like it's not possible. I wanted to go something wild and say like
Do it.
Lamar Jackson, but it's not
Ooh.
possible.
It's not Lamar, I can tell you that.
There's no quarterbacks, is there?
That I will not tell you.
Oh, so there is a quarterback.
It can't be Jalen Hurts. There's no way.
There's one quarterback on this list, and I'll tell you he is tied for 10th or 9th, I guess.
Who would that be?
Whose turn is it? Because
with it, we just kind of gotten the big ones out of the way. I'd say you just keep going.
I feel like
it's Josh
gotta be.
Allen.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen is tied for 9th.
Oh.
The best
soon as he
rushing
said
quarterback in the league.
As
by
soon
the
as he
way.
said quarterback,
Kinda
I was like,
nuts.
it's Josh Allen. Because Lamar is a yards guy. And
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts hasn't played enough yet. So
That's kind of nuts that he's
38
top 10 in the league
touchdowns.
since 2018 for rushing touchdowns, and he's a quarterback.
Well, he's carried, like, if you statistically look at it, he's been like last year, I think he was like 75% of the Bills' offensive yards came from him. Or it was like 80. It was something crazy. It's like his yards rate is so high.
Can I
Okay,
get?
so how many do we have left?
I got one.
Go
Should
for
have
it,
5
Marshall.
left.
All right, can I get Christian McCaffrey?
No, you cannot. McCaffrey's
I'm
not
glad
in
you
there.
guessed that.
Wow.
I'm glad you guessed that because
Not in
that was
there.
I've
gonna be my
also
guess.
got another one, and this one better be on there. I'd be wild. Can I get Delvin Cook?
The man of the hour, yes. Dalvin Cook at number 4 with
Thank you.
45 touchdowns.
If we were going all-purpose touchdowns, Christian McCaffrey would be top that list.
Colin, I haven't heard from you in a second. Let me get a guess from you.
Let me get Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Fuck no. Get that man.
Yeah.
Get that man out of here.
Colin,
Get him out of here.
I
Get him
love
outta
Kareem Hunt. As soon as you said that, I said, "Oh no, here we go."
Yeah.
I knew that man was gonna get.
I knew it was
Oh,
wrong, but
God.
I was so convinced it was wrong. I was like, what if it's right? You know, I psyched myself out.
Okay, so the one that has been on the tip of my tongue, and I'm kind of 50-50 on. I think he's a sneaky pick. Aaron Jones. Is Aaron Jones on this list?
Oh,
That is a very sneaky pick. Number 8 with
Let's go.
39 touchdowns.
I
39
got
my
Aaron
touchdowns.
element,
Jones.
boys.
So we have what, 7 and 5 left?
So we have 5, 7, and then the other tied for 9th.
Marshall, do you have a guess?
Thank you. This is crazy. This is we got to start naming wild picks, but is Austin Eckler on that list?
I was just about to say Austin Eckler. Damn it.
I love Eckler. He's not on the list. He's not in the top 10.
Really?
Not
Oh,
in there.
that's-
Really?
He's
also
gotta be,
a
like,
Christian
just
McCaffrey, though,
outside, right?
where-
He has a lot of receiving touchdowns.
I say he's also a Christian McCaffrey.
I just feel
guy
like we're
where,
at that point. I have another one. I'll let some other people guess though.
I
Ooh.
have a question. Are any of these guys retired or not playing? Any of them?
One of these guys is not in the league currently.
Jim
As in,
Brown.
like, retired or as in, like, not on a roster?
He is currently not on a roster, not playing. That's all I'll give you.
Can I get Jim Brown?
He said
No.
2018, not 1918.
Dallas knows I have to
Detroit
confirm
Lions
every.
legend Amir Abdullah.
Okay.
Can we stop just saying words?
Dallas knows I have to confirm every list that Jim Brown is not on that list.
I
That is a fair
agree.
point.
This man
Johnny
did it-
Unitas, should we bring in Johnny Unitas too, just to make sure?
This man
Clear
did a
the
list
room.
one time, and Jim Brown was every answer.
So
I have a guess. Can I get is Joe Mixon up there?
I like Joe Mixon. Not too early. Too early for him to be on this list.
I know he's not on there, but just I gotta clear him. Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is number 7 with 40 touchdowns.
Wow.
Really? Because
Number
this year's been his
7.
only like monster year, so I was like, "There's no way."
So do we only have like one left now?
We have number 5 and then number 9.
Who is
Ah.
number
Two
5?
more.
Can you let us know what is number 5 or number 9? Is that they not on a team player?
Number 5 is currently on a team.
Okay. That's crazy. Who could it be?
since 2018.
2018.
So that disqualifies a guy like Lev Bell. Lev Bell ain't gonna be on this list.
Yeah.
That silence you hear is just thinking, pure thinking, nothing going.
I'm gonna throw out a name, and I do not
okay.
want judgment if it's wrong. Leonard Fournette.
No, Leonard Fournette's
Damn.
not on this list. Love Lenny. Nope, he's not there.
I
I'm
have a
surprised. He
name.
had a shit ton of touchdowns.
I have a
though.
name, but it's like I don't know if I want to say it.
Just spit it out, Marshall. Just go for it.
This
got
is
nothing
And I
to
said
lose.
fucking Kareem Hunt.
this is
so-
crazy. This is crazy. Can I get Todd Gurley?
Todd Gurley at 9.
Okay,
48.
I'm
I
fucking not on a team.
I've
There
totally
we
forgot.
go.
Oh,
Now, this is probably the hardest one, though. Todd Gurley, I thought was going to be the hardest.
Are you
It
okay?
looks like
Hold
5
on,
is the hardest.
Hold on. I think I might sneakily have 5.
I might know who it is though.
Is it James Conner?
Marshall, who is your guess?
I was also gonna say James Conner.
It is James Conner,
Okay.
44
Let's
touchdowns
go.
for the
holy
Cardinals.
shit, man!
Who would have thought James Conner?
I would've-
James Conner is notorious because I've had him in fantasy a couple years. He's notorious for having 600-yard seasons, but with somehow like 14 touchdowns. It makes
What is
no
it with
sense.
you
It's
and
like,
liking
how does
Steelers
he
running
not
backs?
compute to yards?
How many people watching this podcast absolutely looked up every single answer before we started just so they'd be like, it's
Oh,
that
you
dumbass."
idiot! It's him.
Running backs, obviously, been all over the news,
Jim
sports
Brown.
media. Hold on a second, Marshall. I know you love it. I know you
What do you
love
think?
Jim Brown.
No one answer.
There have been 15 running backs to win the NFL MVP award. We're going to name all 15 of those guys. Marshall, starting with you. Marshall, starting with you. Who is it? Who is it?
Amir Abdullah.
The man
Stop.
himself, Jim Ithy Brown.
Jim Brown. Not only is he the first ever running back to win the award, he's the first person to ever win the award, first person to go back to back, first person to win 3 MVPs. Let that sink in.
That's
Can we
crazy.
talk about
can we
the second
also
greatest
address
running
that
back
was
of
when
all
like
time?
15 people were playing football at the pro level?
Who
Like,
wants to give us
kind
the
of clear
second
that.
easiest answer on this list?
Barry Sanders.
Thank you.
Barry Sanders, yes, sir.
2 of them.
I
guess it's
actually
15,
didn't
right?
think I didn't think of any of those guys first. Weirdly enough, I thought of Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk, yep, the year 2000
He's
MVP.
the first person I thought of. Are we still going in a circle, or we want to just start shouting?
Bring it back to Marshall. Who you got there, bud?
I'm trying to think of the 2,000-yard rushers that won the MVP.
It's a great mindset.
Chris Johnson didn't win it. AP, I don't think won it. Give me. I don't think he won it either. Give me Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson. Marshall, you were so close, but wrong. Eric Dickerson did not win an MVP.
Should have damn won it. He got 2,000 yards in 14 games. How the fuck did he not?
Donnie, you want to clean this up for me?
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, MVP.
Off the
he won.
torn
2012.
ACL. Off the torn
2012.
ACL. That is
The
craziest
most
performance of
recent.
all time.
Going off 2,000-yard rushers, I know this guy didn't win it, so I'm damn near not going to say it. But did Terrell Davis win one?
Motherfucker.
1998 MVP Terrell Davis.
I thought that was going to be one nobody would have. I was so very.
I know
stunned
all
that
the
I thought-
2,000-yard rushers, so that's why I was just going through them, and he was one of them. Because the other guy that I don't think won one that was a 2,000-yard rushers, Chris Johnson, did never won one.
Nope.
No.
CJ2K. Nope.
Mm.
Okay. Let's go. This is all time, right? Like I'm
All
assuming.
time. All time. Yep.
Okay. Let me get a Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen. Yes, sir, for the Raiders in 85.
There's
That's
another-
one I did not know.
There's
if it
another
was-
easy one. I'm gonna let Colin try and guess one, but there's another easy one that I'm gonna go ahead and guess.
There's a few on here I feel like we should have gotten by now before Marcus Allen.
Okay,
in
I'm gonna
honesty.
say this and then
Marcus
Emmett
Allen's a
Smith.
sleeper.
Emmett
Oh,
Smith.
shit. How
Yep,
the fuck
Emmett
did I not
Smith,
think of Emmitt Smith?
93
Yeah,
MVP.
yeah, we should have missed him. Oh, another easy one that has to have an MVP. Walter Payton.
Walter Payton, 1977 MVP.
He was the man of the year.
Sweetness. He was the man of the year. Shut up, Marshall.
Colin, give us a guess.
Kenneth
Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker. Did Bo Jackson win an MVP?
Hell no.
No, he did not.
I mean, he
well,
played
there
like
you
3
go.
games a year.
That's a good point.
Give me the man himself. The glove did not fit. Mr. O.J. Simpson.
O.J.
But
Simpson.
okay.
Yeah.
1973.
Oh my god.
This one's wild. Philip Dorsett, Cowboys.
No, sir.
What?
No sirree there.
What? Wait, are you sure you're thinking of the right player? Philip Dorsett was a wide receiver.
Did you meant Tony Dorsett? I would assume.
that's what
The
I
answer
meant.
is still wrong.
Philip Dorsett is a little quick wide receiver.
I
was
knew
like,
Dorsett. That's important.
That's why I was so confused. I said Philip Dorsett.
If you like, if you guys like, I could condense it down, give you who's remaining. 2 of these back-to-back years running backs, 2006, 2005 are those.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006.
That's not even who I'm thinking
John
of.
Alexander.
You shut up. It's not your turn to speak. Someone kick this man. Colin, mute his button.
I had to do it. Dude, you took my Terrell Davis, so that was just payback.
Oh man. So yes, 2005 was Sean Alexander. I think next. Go ahead, Marshall.
I think. Okay, I don't want to fucking fuck this up now that Donnie just stole one. I actually forgot about LT, but I would definitely gonna say Sean Alexander. But give me Thurman Thomas.
Yes, sir. 1991. What a great pull there.
See, I have one more, but I don't know if this actually counts. Like, is this actually on the list? Because technically, was he an actual fullback? But this could be a fucking pull from the ages. Is Larry Janka on that fucking list?
No, he is not.
Okay.
No, he is not. This man Donnie is still muted. He is talking while still muted.
I muted him a while ago and he never noticed.
Oh, that's dirty. Dirty.
I'm not here giving guesses for nothing.
All right. The remaining MVPs.
Wait, are you naming them?
I'm not going to name them. I'm going to give you the years.
Because I think I have one more.
If you have one more, spit it out, Marshall. What are we doing?
Is Franco Harris on there?
All right. Moving on. We're going to go.
No.
We have 1979 remaining. We have 1972, 1962, and then 1961. Throwbacks.
Means we're just starting to name kind of guesses. Doc Hudson was a wide receiver, wasn't he? He wasn't a running back.
He was a wide
Hudson
receiver.
was a mentor and crew chief for Whitney McCoon.
I knew this man was gonna say
Dual
this shit.
sport athlete right there. MVP and a Piston Cup. That's crazy.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of his name. The old. What was the oldest one?
1961.
Okay, so
my fucking dad wasn't even alive yet.
Throw him under the bus, why don't you?
Sure, we talk with Colin.
What was the most recent one?
Most recent,
79.
1979. 1979.
We get a conference.
AFC.
Was
Going based off of their current team.
Someone already said Walter Payton, right?
Yep.
Correct. You did, actually.
I did.
I don't care who did. It was the answer.
Why'd you bring it up?
I don't know.
This one's a shot in the dark because I'm pretty sure he played in the 80s. John Riggins.
Not John Riggins. No sirree.
Earl Campbell.
What a pull, Marshall, for the Oilers!
That was actually
Oilers.
real? Oh,
1979
I was
Earl
literally
Campbell.
just about to say,
That one hurts.
was it the Oilers? I couldn't remember his name, but I knew it was the Oilers.
pulled
I
that on
like
my
Earl
ass.
Campbell.
What a pull. We have 3 more. 1961, 1962, and then 1972.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get these out of me.
72 maybe. 72 maybe. The other two definitely not.
Jim Brown's brother.
I don't know. You tell me.
Why'd you pause? All right, so the guy's last name is Brown.
1972.
Phil Brown, Bob Brown.
Phil Brown.
It's crazy. Part-time before he won the MVP, he worked maintenance. It was crazy. Then he
Why do
became
you know?
Shut up,
and
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown, buddy.
Yeah, that's gonna make me go ahead and get off the call for the night.
Larry
Ain't no way
Brown.
we got a Larry pull.
1972 Larry Brown.
I
for the
only-
Washington.
I only
football
thought
team.
about that because
That was terrible.
Thank
me
you
and Dallas
for
are waiting
censoring that.
today, and
That
this man
made-
Larry
that was
pulled up
The
at
team
60
formerly
miles an
known
hour.
as the Washington football team. The
He
current
did.
Washington Commanders.
And then
That was the
next,
worst thing of all
the
time.
last two, 1961, 1962.
Yeah,
Both
no
played
shot.
for the Packers. Both played for the Packers. I'll give you
Paul
guys who?
Paul Hornung.
1961. There it
Paul
is.
Hornung and
Who is it? Bring
my
us
God.
in. Bring us
Star,
in. No.
shut up. Paul Hornung and
Jim Brown, It's Jim.
oh my God. The only other person I can think of up from that team is Don Hudson, and I know it's not.
Doc Hudson.
They're the only Packers I can think of.
Marshall's in the right mind
one of them-
space, though.
One of them's
So
a
it's
fullback,
Jim something.
isn't it? One of them's a fullback, I'm pretty sure.
Jimothy.
Yeah, I'm
Jimothy Chalamet.
throwing in the towel on this one. I am not gonna get this in a
Damn.
million years.
Jim Taylor.
That one would have taken me a
1962.
minute.
Yeah, I would not have.
I'm glad I got
gotten
Paul Hornung though. That was kind of a bright spot.
I'm glad I got Jim Brown.
it. I'm proud of you, buddy.
At the end of the day, it's all about Jim Brown. It started with Jim Brown. It ended with Jim Brown. That is trivia time. That's what I like to call it.
There we go.
Trivia time. Yeah.
First podcast done.
I was just saying, yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for listening. Hopefully we didn't
Can't
scare you
copy me.
away. Come back and listen to the next episode.